All right, you guys, we are back with some more great content, and today we are taking a look at this great website called ChessStalker. This is version 1.2. We are going to begin our candidates preparation. This is going to be the entire preparation I do for the candidates tournament in 3 months. So let's start and take a look. Here we go. Okay, 357 games for Javokhir Sindarov. Now, as we look at his stats, what do we have? He is apparently a great attacking player. He is 99 attack, 96 defense, time is 95, his mental is 94, overall 96. So this is actually very, very good objectively. I have a feeling he might have the best score overall relative to all the other players in the candidates outside of myself. It would not be shocking. So the big issue for Sindarov, mid to high predictability, clear patterns to exploit. Now, will Stalker Score tell me what those clear patterns are? I'm not sure. Blunders under time pressure. Okay, so you need to get him low on time. He tilts easily, drops his level after losses. Okay, so he tilts quite a bit. Limited repertoire, same openings. So he plays the same openings every game. So if he plays something in the candidates, he's obviously going to play the same opening every single time. Repetitive patterns, predictable moves, high. He has 60. So he has, it looks like he's pretty predictable. That's good. Now we get to the meat of it. This is actually what really matters. How to beat this player. Outplay in the middle game. No opening weaknesses, meaning that he's pretty good at the start of the game. So you don't want to get into a big battle with him at the beginning. This says, okay, avoid these openings. E91, the King's Indian Defense Orthodox variation. 8 castles, e5, bishop g4. He wins 100% of the time. Avoid the Sicilian defense hyper accelerated dragon variation with c3, d5, e5. He wins 75% of the time. Okay. Careful if you win first. Wins 61% after losing. Dangerous. Okay. Let's keep going. What do we have here? Psychology. Stability, 55. Tilt, 31%. Post loss, 61.1. Timeouts are 12.8. Fix the screen. The screen is completely fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Loss streak 6, resigns 81.7% of the time. What do we have? Recent opponents, Nihal Sarin. Okay, opening traps and weaknesses. Okay, so his weaknesses are the b54 Sicilian, knight f6, bishop d3. So this means that if we get this position with bishop d3, this is one of the lines in the Sicilian Najdorf that I should obviously prepare for Sindarov. That's what I should do. That's definitely what I should do. So definitely for Sindarov, we want to prepare this Najdorf. So Sindarov obviously going to play the Najdorf for a lot of games in the candidates. So I've got to make sure that I'm ready with this 5 bishop d3 variation against him. Okay, what else? We have the b45 Sicilian. So if he plays this other Sicilian, which is the Sicilian defense 4 knights with knight c6, knight f6, e6, obviously I need to prepare the system with pawn to a3. So that's what we need to do. This is absolutely what we need to do. Let me make my camera a touch bigger. I'll make my my camera a bit lesser. There we go. This is a touch better. And here we go. So we definitely want to make sure that we are prepared with both the Sicilian variations. He also apparently is not good in the closed Sicilian defense. So also we definitely want to prepare for Sindarov Sicilian with the Grand Prix, playing knight to c3 on move 2. So these are his big opening weaknesses here. This is definitely what we want to aim to do. If we can take advantage of this, then everything is looking very spiffy. Okay, so from the white side, very clear what we need to do. We need to play e4 every game against Sindarov. He'll play the Sicilian, and then we need to play the Grand Prix, or we need to prepare for the Sicilian Najdorf or the Sicilian defense 4 knights defense. Okay, strengths. Okay, you want to avoid the King's Indian defense orthodox variation with castles, e5, e5, bishop g4. You want to avoid this hyper accelerated dragon. Okay, so you want to avoid this. You want to avoid this King's Indian. Okay, pretty standard. You want to avoid the symmetrical English as well. So it's very clear that against Sindarov, it's very important that you play e4 because the Sicilian defenses are a little bit weak. d4, it looks like he's a much better player. He does well in this King's Indian. He does well in the English. So it's very clear what the first move should be. All right. So this looks pretty obvious. Traps used, fried liver attack, and the Benko gambit. Repertoire, starting position, 161 games. So a lot of data. What I don't like about this, however, the one thing I will say is it doesn't talk about his weaknesses from the white side. So it looks like you only see his weaknesses from the black side, and you're not always going to get you're not always going to be have the white pieces against him. Obviously we played one game with white, one game with black. Maybe we can switch it. Can we switch it? Does that switch it? No, this is just a repertoire. Is there a way to switch it? Maybe I'm wrong. There's no way to switch the color, it doesn't look like. So that's something they should maybe add, so you can see the weaknesses from both sides versus one side. But nonetheless, it's pretty clear cut what the preparation approach should be towards Sindarov and the candidates. Okay, so next up we're gonna find Fabiano Caruana. Let's take a look. Okay, his name is Fabiano Caruana. There we go. Let's stalk Fabi. Here we go. Okay, so Fabiano Caruana, he is not a Phoenix now. It's worth noting that Sindarov, like myself, like Magnus and others, is considered a Phoenix. That already to me is a clear sign that that Sindarov is perhaps a more dangerous player overall. So okay, so Fabiano he's the resilient. He's got the big arm fist. Now, fun fact, you guys, people probably don't know this, but I actually worked with the famous world chess champion Garry Kasparov in the mid 2000s, and in the mid 2000s Gary and I had a lot of conversations over Skype because we weren't always at the same location at the same time. And when I had my conversations with Gary, when he liked what I said, his emote would always be the arm. It would be this muscle arm all the time. So it's kind of funny to see Fabiano get this muscle arm, because this was probably the image that Gary used the most when we had our conversations on Skype. Of course, nobody uses Skype anymore. Rest in peace, Skype. But it was good at the time. So, okay, into the gist of it. 99 attack, 96 defense, 93 in time, 95 mental, also a 96 overall. Stalker score is 64. So it looks like Fabi also clear mid to high predictability, clear patterns that can be exploited. Time trouble. Okay, now time trouble he's actually quite poor. Sindarov was significantly higher, so big weakness for Fabi. Time trouble. Tilts easily. Okay, about the same. Limited repertoire, plays the same openings, but this is a little bit higher. Repetitive patterns also a bit lower. So for Fabi, his big weakness is clearly time trouble. So let's keep going. Current form, by the way, for Fabi, 40%. Fabi is on a serious cold streak here. Okay, how to beat this player. Targeted preparation. Study their weak openings and exploit their patterns. So unlike Sindarov, it's clear that Fabiano has weak openings. His preparation is not particularly strong, in spite of what people would tell you, because if it were, the AI would obviously never get this wrong. So recommended openings to beat Fabi with. So with Fabi, he likes to play this time on variation. If we go back and move, is there a way to go back? Let me see. Is there a way to go back and move? No, I can't actually go back. So Fabi very weak in the Sicilian as well with this time on variation. Not particularly strong, very beatable if he plays time on. So it's very clear that all these players have serious weaknesses in the Sicilian defense. So you want to avoid the king's inning against Fabi. He does pretty well there. But on the pregame checklist, there's a lot of stuff here. You want to play the Sicilian defense time on variation. You want to be prepared there. You want to play against Fabi on Friday. So hopefully when the candidates rolls around, I will play Fabiano on Friday. Now I can't ensure that, of course, but if I'm lucky, I'll play Fabiano on Friday. Actually, I can check that. Wait, so March 28th is Saturday. It looks like, unfortunately, my first game against Fabi, I think will be on April 1st, which is a Wednesday. So it's a little bit unlucky, but whoever gets to play Fabi on Friday is obviously going to dominate him. So seek multiple consecutive games. Max streak 8 losses. Oh wow, so Fabi has actually lost 8 games in a row to somebody. Wow, that's impressive. Prepare for long games. Fabi resigns late. He fights the end. Pretty normal. Plays fast in the end games. 20% timeouts. Okay, so as we keep going, as we look at the psychology, here we go. We've got Fabi. His stability is about the same. Tilt, post loss, normal, timeouts, loss streak, resigns. Pretty normal, nothing crazy. Big weaknesses are the Sicilian defense, like with Sindarov, and of course the King's Indian defense orthodox variation with E5. So Okay, no traps used, doesn't fall into anything. Okay, not really as insightful with Fabi. The only important point to note is that if you want to beat Fabiano, it's very clear that he's a very weak player in the openings. As ChessStalker tells us, his preparation is simply not very good. So if you want to beat Fabi, you want to beat him in the opening. Unlike Sindarov, who clearly has no opening weaknesses, Fabi clearly a lot of holes in his openings. You want to exploit that so that you can beat him at the start of the game. Okay, so that is Fabiano. So let's keep going. So this is my first stream. What is this? This is our serious preparation for the candidates tournament. This is my preparation for the candidates tournament starting in April. We're gonna do our research right here on stream so that everybody can see it, and we'll see what we get. Yeah, I mean clearly the AI understands something that humans don't, because Fabi clearly a very weak opening player. Okay, here we go. Love Day. This is Wei Yi, also in the candidates. 37 to 18 games. He is known as the gentleman. Okay, I don't know what that means, the gentleman, exactly, but okay, overall also in 96, 99, 96, 95, 94 mental. I don't know what the gentleman means. I assume the gentleman means that he basically draws a lot, or he's like very peaceful, doesn't win a lot of games, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, time trouble, actually he's a good time trouble player, but again, same thing, clear patterns to exploit. Doesn't tilt easily, limited repertoire. Actually, his repertoire is very low, so he's definitely gonna be playing the same openings every game. Repetitive patterns fairly low. The only big weakness I see for Wei Yi here is limited repertoire. He plays the same openings very frequently, I think, if I understand that. He uses few opening variations. I think the lower it is, it means the less openings he uses. So let's see how to beat this player. The targeted preparation. Okay, with Wei Yi, study their weak openings and exploit their patterns. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, with Wei Yi, the BO8 Pyrrhic defense, classical variation. So he loses. He plays the modern system in a lot of games with d6 g6 and doesn't do well. So we want to be ready for the modern system in case Wei Yi plays this in the candidates. So that's his big weakness. You want to avoid the French defense, and you want to avoid the English defense. Not that b3 is I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever played b3 on move 2 here, so I'm not sure, but yes, this looks you want to avoid these, but you want to beat him in the Pyrrhic defense. Okay, what about the pre-game checklist? Prepare opening traps. He fell for 6 traps. He is vulnerable. Avoid unknowns. He wins 75%, dangerous. So if he gets unknown positions, he will win. Seek multiple consecutive games. Unfortunately, you can't play someone game after game. Let's go to psychology. 55, 34, 53. Doesn't time out much. Loss streak is high, resigns normal, nothing too exciting. Okay, now to the meat. Here we go. Weaknesses. Very weak in the Slav defense. So if you can get him in the Slav, if you play d4 on move 1, d4, d5, c4, c6, very beatable. So that's what you want. You want to beat him in the Slav. 1g3, an interesting idea to also beat him. I don't think he plays the Aliekins defense, but we're definitely ready. If he plays the Aliekins defense or he plays the modern defense, I like my chances since he clearly loses a lot of games there. Okay, strengths are the French defense. So he could play the French, so definitely want to be super prepared in the French. Symmetrical English, also Owen's defense. I don't really think he'll play the Owens, but if he does, I feel pretty good there. So it looks pretty decent. Okay, here we go. Here's what you want to watch out for. Wei Yi has played the fried liver 4 times. He has a very good win rate with the fried liver. I think you guys can see this, right? You guys can see this with the fried liver. The wayward queen. So Wei Yi's done well with the wayward queen. So if we were to play e4, e5, gotta be ready for this early queen move. So we got to be ready for the queen move. We got to be ready for the fried liver with knight g5. And of course, we also need to be ready for the Stafford gambit, which apparently Wei Yi likes. So got to be careful. There's Stafford gambit. Okay, he fell into the Latvian gambit, apparently. Fried liver attack. So some good stuff here to look at. Some good stuff to study and be ready for with Wei Yi. That looks pretty stable. Okay, so let's keep moving on. Let me find the other usernames. What else do we have? Andrey, 120 games. He is also a Phoenix, like myself, Magnus, and Sindarov. So probably another very dangerous player. I haven't seen a categorization of what these mean exactly, but from what I've seen, the best players in the world generally are Phoenixes. I believe that I'm a Phoenix. Magnus is a Phoenix. We have Sindarov and Esipenko as Phoenixes. We have Fabi was what? Fabi was the fist guy, the strong arm, and Wei Yi was the gentleman. So or Fabi was resilient, Wei Yi was the gentleman. So let's take a look. Okay, against Esipenko, the way you want to beat him: Time trouble, blunders a lot under time trouble, so you need to get him low on time. Tilts is normal, limited repertoire normal, only time trouble is a serious issue for him. Okay, how to beat the player: complicate the position. Now, unlike Fabiano Caruana, it's very clear that Esipenko very strong in the opening. You want to complicate the position, keep tension on the board. He loses on time 27% of the games. Now, he has no opening weaknesses. Now, this is impressive. Unlike Fabiano Caruana, who was thought to be one of the great opening theoreticians of our time until AI told us otherwise, Esipenko actually has no opening weaknesses at all. So against him, you just want to play chess and get to a normal position in the middle game and try to win. Clearly, no issues here. Avoid these. Avoid the 3 knights opening, bishop to b4. He wins 100% of the time. Okay, so we want to schedule the game at 10 o'clock. He only wins 33% of this hour. So I'm going to probably write to FIDE and I'm going to ask if they can change the starting time for the games. I think it's something like 2 p.m. I'm going to make a written request and hope that FIDE will oblige. And my game against Esipenko specifically will start at 10 a.m. instead of at 2 p.m. That's what I'm going to do. So that's the goal, obviously. Play fast in the end games is good. Careful, if you win first, he wins 64% of the time after losing. Okay, next up, what do we have? Psychology. Okay, his stability is pretty good. He tilts not a lot. 63% point loss, 27. Okay, looks pretty normal, nothing crazy. No weaknesses. See, he's a very strong player. No opening weaknesses at all. Not enough data to detect the patterns. Plenty of games, but he has no opening weaknesses. No traps, doesn't fall into anything. His openings are simply bulletproof. So against Esipenko, you want to basically just get a position and play chess. He does have one strength, which is his 3 knights. You don't want to play his 3 knights if you can avoid it. Is there anything else that we have? Not really. So Esipenko actually looking like a very strong player. So yeah, what we have on our list so far is we want to play Fabiano on a Friday. We want to play Esipenko at 10 a.m. in the morning. Well, let's see if there's anything else going on. Who else is there? There are a few other players. Few other players. There's Bluebaum. Let's find Bluebaum. MSB2. There's MSB. Let's stalk him. Here we go. This is actually hilarious, by the way. I did not expect this to be so funny, but this is really actually quite funny. Okay, so Bluebaum, 1,076 games. Bluebaum also Phoenix, which surprises me. So let's see. Time trouble, pretty solid. Doesn't tilt easily. Limited repertoire and repetitive patterns. These are very red, meaning he plays the same opening. So these are maybe his 2 big weaknesses. Repetitive patterns, limited repertoire. It doesn't say a whole lot, though. So let's keep going. How to beat this player: outplay this player in the middle game. No clear opening weaknesses. The game will be decided in the middle game. So once again, we have another player with no weakness in the opening. So what I've discerned so far is the only player that you can really prepare against and crush out of the opening is obviously Fabiano Caruana, because he has weak openings. Everybody else, apparently no weaknesses in the opening. Here we go. Okay, avoid these. Yeah, like no opening weaknesses. You just want to play chess, but you want to avoid the French defense, this Terrace variation with c5. You want to avoid this, and of course you want to avoid the Indian game knights variation, whatever that is. So you want to avoid this. So as we go to the checklist, avoid the Nimzo Indian defense. He actually wins a lot with 70.6. Seek multiple games doesn't apply. Fast and end games, careful if you win first. So really the only thing on the pregame checklist, avoid the Nimzo Indian defense. Okay, next up, psychology. All this looks pretty normal, looks very normal. Here we go. Openings and traps. Weaknesses: he's very weak in this exchange French. So when I play Bluebaum with white, definitely want to play e4 because he always plays the French. And look, I'm going to definitely look at this exchange variation. What else do we have? We have the ready opening, knight f3, d5, b3. This I think I've played against him before quite a few times. I'm pretty sure I've played this quite a few times. So definitely want to look at this ready if we can. Doesn't do well there. Zugertort, which is knight f3, e6, and then bishop f4. This is not Zugertort, this is London. Maybe look at the London as well. He's a little bit weak. Next up, we have strengths. We have the French defense. We already covered this. This we covered. He's also very good in this Queen's Gambit decline Rogozin variation. So we want to play e4 and the exchange French. That's the clear weakness that Bluebaum has. Okay. Traps used. So he's played the Stafford Gambit. He's also played the Benko Gambit a little bit for traps. So looks pretty standard, but it's clear that the one way to beat Bluebaum with black with black is you want to avoid this Nimzo defense with bishop d2 castles e3 right up here, which I just highlighted. And with white, you want to play the exchange French. If you can do that, the road is pretty golden. Okay, next up we have, I think, only one more player. We've got two more players. We've got Anish Giri and I believe Pragg. Here we go. It's Anish Giri. Let's take a look at him. Let's stalk him. Here we go. Okay, Anish Giri. He is known as the Speedster. That is surprising. I would never have thought of Anish as the Speedster, but apparently he's the Speedster here. This is free, you guys. This is called ChessStalker. You can just Google it. It's not hard. Okay, he is also a 95 overall, pretty stable. Time trouble. So Anish, very bad player in time trouble. A lot of red here. Tilts, doesn't tilt that much. Very limited repertoire. Very repetitive patterns. 3 reds here. Very, very bad. So he definitely can be exploited for sure. How to beat this player? Complicate the position, keep tension on the board. He loses on time 27% of the games. Okay, so recommended is that you want to play the what do you want to play here after e6? You want to play what? Knight f3. Is this what you want to play? It looks like you want to play this classic Catalan defense. This is exactly what you want to play. So against Anish with the white side, you want to play this Catalan with queen c2. It looks like what? a6, a4, bishop d7 takes, bishop c6, and bishop g5. He scores very poorly with this. He scores less than 50%. So this is his big weakness, is the Catalan. So we know what we want to play. Anish only wins 19.4% on Wednesday. So I really hope that I get to play Anish on Wednesday. If I can play Anish on Wednesday, it's almost a guaranteed win. He does not do well on Wednesday. So we need to play Fabiano on Friday, Anish on Wednesday, and we need to play Esipenko at 10 a.m. So that's what we need to do. I mean, I'm making my mental list right now for the email that I'll send to FIDE later for my requirements to compete in the tournament. He plays fast in the end games, pretty normal. So yes, we're doing well. We're doing well. There are only 3 things that we need. Only 3 things. Okay, psychology. All this looks pretty normal. He has 1 weakness, no traps, nothing. So yes, that's what we need. Yeah, so it's good. So we've got our list. We need to play Fabiano on Friday, Anish on Wednesday, and Esipenko. It doesn't matter what, it can't be Wednesday or Friday. It needs to be one of the other 5 days of the week, and it needs to be at 10 a.m. Okay, so last player that we have is Praggnanandhaa. Let me find his user. It's rpragchess. rpragchess. Okay, let's stalk him. Here we go. Yes, Fabi, we need to play on Friday. Anish needs to be Wednesday, and Esipenko needs to be at 10 a.m. Okay, Pragg. He is the Berserker. Okay. Overall 97. Now, this is the highest overall score I've seen, by the way, for any player. So he gets a lot of respect from the AI, unlike the other players. Stalker score. Okay. Time trouble is medium. Doesn't really tilt that easily. Limited repertoire. Not bad. Only repetitive patterns. So he actually has a lot of good stuff. Only 1 red under the Stalker score. So not terrible. Targeted preparation. Study their weak openings and exploit their patterns. So what we've learned over the course of covering this, covering the players I play against the candidates, is there are 2 players who are very weak in the opening, and those 2 players are Praggnanandhaa and Fabiano Caruana. Those 2 guys are very weak, so if I prepare well in the openings, they will fall apart and I'll be able to beat them easily. Okay, recommended openings, unknown. I don't know what that means. Okay, I don't know what that means exactly. Unknown. The recommended opening is unknown. So you tell me he's weak in openings, but then you don't give me a line. Play the unknown. I'm not really sure what that means, but sorry guys, I'm a little confused. I don't know what the unknown means exactly. But anyway, let's keep going. All right, pre-game checklist. Play the unknown. I don't know what the unknown is exactly. What am I supposed to, what does play the unknown mean? I'm a little confused. Okay, schedule the game at 1 o'clock. Okay, he only wins 18.5% of his games this hour. So, okay, so now we have our final list, and I need to play him on Friday. So we need to play Pragg at 1 p.m. on Friday. That's what we need. So Pragg doesn't do well at 1 p.m. and he doesn't do well on Friday. So basically what we need is we need to play either Fabi or Pragg on Friday. The best scenario, I guess, that I play Fabi on Friday, I play Pragg on Tuesday or Thursday at 1 p.m. I play Esipenko any day of the week at 10 a.m. and I play Anish on Wednesday. So that's all we need. It's straightforward. That's all we need. We just need to play him at 1 o'clock. That's all we got to do. If we can get these 4 things, the road to winning the candidates is very, very clear and straightforward. Very clear, very, very clear, actually. So very, very good. Very good. All right, so what do we have? 70, pretty solid. He gets a lot of green here, so it makes sense. Very, very solid. Weaknesses, not clear. Strength, okay. So yeah, it's very, very clear. Very, very clear what we have. So what I need to do is I need to play Anish on Wednesday. I need to play Fabi or Pragg on Friday. I also need to play Pragg at 1 p.m. and then I need to play Esipenko at 10 a.m. So it's very clear. It's very clear. It's all we need to do. That's all we've got to do in order to win the candidates. So I'll make my list. I'll send an email to FIDE asking for these very amenable changes for the schedule, and it should be very, very good. Now, as the bonus content, because everyone's probably wondering, we will of course take a look at Hikaru. Or you know what? What I should ask is I should ask FIDE to schedule my game with Pragg at 1 o'clock on Friday and the game with Fabi at like 8 p.m. on Friday. I should actually ask them to schedule 2 games on the same day. That's what I should do. You're right. I didn't think about that. It's very easy. That's exactly what I should do. Okay, let's stock Hikaru just for the bonuses. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see where Hikaru lands. Okay, Hikaru is overall at 98. So actually Hikaru has the highest score overall of the players. He is the Phoenix, 99. Wow, 99 attack, 99 defense, 97 time, 96 mental. That's actually pretty good. So what does Hikaru do well? Doesn't tilt, no time trouble. Limited repertoire, all these are green. Repetitive patterns. So Hikaru plays the same openings as well, which makes a lot of sense. But overall, pretty good stuff. How to beat this player: targeted preparation, study their weak openings and exploit their patterns. Okay, so where Hikaru does badly is actually one game he lost today, right? This is what Hikaru lost to Artan today. Literally in 3-0 Thursday, which he played less than an hour ago, I lost a game in this line with a5, a3, and then b5. Wow, so actually this database is updating in real time because I played b4 and I literally lost a game to Artan literally not more than 1 hour ago. Not more than 1 hour ago. So that's actually amazing that it shows us. So for players who are playing, they probably want to play the Slav defense because I've lost in this shallop defense variation, the modern quiet shallop defense. I didn't know that's what it's called, but it says avoid these. So if you're playing with black, you want to avoid the this b3 bishop b2 Nimzovich Larsen. Makes sense. You also want to avoid basically if Hikaru plays b3 bishop b2, he's unstoppable because even in this bishop f5 he wins 100% of the time here too. So Hikaru actually has very good repertoire with white. It looks like pre-game checklist against Hikaru: avoid the Nimzovich Larsen, which is kind of hard because he can play b3 with white on move 1. Careful, if you win first, he wins 73% after losing. Very dangerous. Okay, so you got to avoid the Nimzovich Larsen. Okay, all these are pretty green. 4 loss streak, 79.4 looks pretty standard. Weaknesses. Okay, so Hikaru's bad in that. Hikaru's also apparently bad in which line? He's bad in the Yusupov Rubinstein variation. Okay, you learned something new. Okay, he's also bad in the Caro-Kann defense. He's played knight f3. How does it go? Knight f3. So he's Caro-Kann Panov attack. Okay, so if you're looking at Hikaru, if he plays the e4, you might want to play the Caro-Kann. That would make some sense. Okay, strength. Nimzovich Larsen, he's very good in the Indians defense with this b3. Again, very similar. Although I did lose a game. He did lose a game earlier today to, I believe, to Eric Hansen, but that's not in the database, is it? No, it's not in the database. But hey, anyway, no traps, doesn't fall into anything. So all right, you guys, that's going to wrap it up with our video on our candidates preparation. This, of course, is the gist of the preparation. I'll do a little bit of preparation off stream, of course, looking at through these weaknesses and the openings that players have played. Obviously, I'll make my list of things I need to request for the event, like playing at 10 a.m. against Esipenko, playing at 1 p.m. Against Anish, and then, of course, playing against Fabi and Pragg on Friday and Anish on Wednesday. So not a whole lot of things I need to do, just need to make sure that I play these guys on the right day of the week at the right time, and good things will happen. So that's going to do it for this video with our complete edition of candidates preparation. Thanks to this great website, ChessStalker. I saw the guy David Menendez in chat who mentioned the website. It's a big shout out to him. If you haven't checked it out yet, it is ChessStalker. So it's ChessStalker.com. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to check out the website. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you smash that subscribe button below, and we'll be back with more great content very soon. See you guys. Bye. Okay, you guys. So let's keep going with our content. That was actually a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie.